Trying to look for demolish procs onto the T2. The Vayne ended up rotating. Had to humble it real quick. Was looking for the re-engage. Trying to eat a minion. We end up eating the minion and taking out Vayne with the knockback. That was a crazy play, I won't lie. What's up, what y'all was to do? It's me, Nopings, and today I am back playing my boy Dr. Mundo in the Baron lane. Alright y'all, so for this video we're going to play into the Jax matchup. I will be using Sunfire rush this game mainly to abuse that power that it gives you, especially early to mid game, to actually dominate the Jax lane. So without further ado, let's just get right into it.
You are on the mirrored side of the map. The lanes are swapped. Welcome to Wildrift.
Alright y'all, so quick lane breakdown and my thought process is going into this lane. Main reason why I wanted to go Sunfire here is to be able to spike faster early. I am running Demolished as well, so if we actually are able to push Jax out the lane, we can capitalize on some platings using Demolish.
Mundo play! Mundo file!
So Jax looks to be going for a slight engage here. Luckily, I do have my passive. He ends up jumping out. We'll be looking for a slight trade back into him, chunking him to 50% of his HP bar. Now that he's pretty chunked out, I could possibly look for an engage. Since we are running Ghost Ignite, we do have high kill potential into the Jax. Picked up my level 3, looking for the slight engage. Went for the Q Ignite plus the E to send him right back to base. Now with that being said, we'll be looking for Demolish procs on this T1. We'll pick up his fruit just to ensure that I'm pretty healthy if he does come back to lane and wants to trade into me. We'll look for that one plating and look for that recall. Possibly going to be picking up the plated still cast by first. Mainly off the fact that the enemy team is mainly 80 based.
Mundo file! Mundo play! Mundo outsource your
Ally slain. Enemy slain. Ally slain.
Mundo's wealth trickles everywhere. That Mundo Nopings!
Alright y'all, so at this point my main goal is to get a shove off and mainly look for turret platings. If possible, I will look to trade into the Jax, but that's my main focus going into this lane, just making sure I have high economy. Because once we do have this Sunfire, I really won't be able to take Demolish procs underneath him without taking aggro. So really trying to make full use of that right now. Nyla seems to be sitting next to my lane here. Still sitting confident though, because the Yasuo plus the Fiddlesticks is sitting in the jungle. But yeah, finna be farming this up. Taking my platings off a turret. We are taxing heavy, looking to secure our Sunfire. Once we do have that, it's going to be constant rundowns into this Jax. Alright y'all, so right here I'm basically just looking for this lasso plating. Gonna be trying to walk out safely. Jax seems to have burned basically his whole kit chasing after me. Can possibly look for a trade back into him. I do have my Ignite plus my ultimate. We do look for engage. We end up popping goals. We're looking for rundowns. Wanted to get that auto E off on the Jax, just could not. We'll have to abandon that. Trying to walk away. Player still caps definitely playing dividends, allowing me to escape there. Fiddlesticks landed a crazy ultimate onto the Nyla and the Jax, picking up the double kill. That's what we like to see. With both of them dead, we'll be looking to possibly take out this T1, pick up my Sunfire, and come back to lane extremely strong.
Mundo file!
Unfortunately, we do end up going down, leaving the turret with dead 2 HP left, bro. You hate to see it. Anyways, we do pick up our Sunfire. That's just a minor setback. Doesn't really mean too much. We basically took out the whole of Jax's T1, so it's going to take him a bit to catch up to me, especially econ-wise, with how many platings actually took off his T1. Alright, y'all, so now that we have our core item Sunfire secured, this will just allow me to really assert my dominance in lane. Like, soon as I got the item plus ignite, it's free rundowns. We end up engaging onto this Jax. Sunfire doing crazy damage. We end up walking under turret, making sure to secure that kill. Jax ends up going down. Ace ends up rotating. Not going to be taking that bait. We'll just be walking away here. Very strong, as I said before, setting 2-1-1. Picking up this gold off of Armored Ensemble, making sure to take out T1 mid as well with our Demolish procs. Not doing too bad whatsoever. But as you can see, this is really why Sunfire is such a broken item, because once you do get this item online, you are definitely a big threat to the enemy team. Really playing this game very disciplined. Won't be taking plays, won't be going too deep for anything. Not trying to force anything that's not coming to me. Nearly have enough to pick up my Heartsteel, which is my main reason for staying in lane right now. Just really want to ensure when I recall, I'm recalling with a full item if possible. Was trying to look for Demolish procs onto the T2. The Vayne ended up rotating. Had to humble it real quick. Was looking for the re-engage. Trying to eat a minion. We end up eating the minion and taking out Vayne with the knockback. That was a crazy play, I won't lie. We do have Heartsteel buys up next. Looks like the enemy team did end up rotating here. Kind of unsure if a fight will break out, so really just trying to frontline. Yeah, really confused here. Looks like Fiddle ends up going over the wall. We end up focused on the Aurelion Soul. Aurelion Soul ends up going down. My ult's up in a couple seconds as well. Nyla ends up going in. Ult's up in dead 6 seconds. We'll end up going down to the Vayne. It's unfortunate. Is what it is though. We're sitting 4-2-1. Game is still looking good. We'll be building into the stone plate next item. Alright, y'all. So zooming back to laning phase. We'll be queuing up the Thornmill for the next buy. I do see that Nautilus is setting up a pretty good pick here, so I end up supporting him here. We'll be looking to just get my Heartsteel procs. Nyla shield was kind of difficult to go through, but we end up taking out the Lulu here with the Sunfire. Send my sights onto the Nyla. Nyla ends up getting burnt as well, securing that double kill. We'll be looking to put my sights onto the T2 top side now. Really don't know where Jax is. We'll be getting this Demolish proc off. Never mind. Vayne ends up rotating. We'll have to be forced to respect. I did see that Fiddlesticks is kind of hovering my lane right now, so I am stepping up a bit more just to see if something might pop off. Fiddle ends up ulting. We end up going in. Focus was on the Vayne. Vayne ends up getting popped. Jax ends up meeting that same fate. We end up Q autoing. Jinx ends up securing the kill on the Jax. We end up popping my ultimate, looking for dives onto the Lulu. She trying to kite. She trying her best. It's not good enough. She ends up going down. We end up walking out, looking for the T1 procs. Really trying to auto up the T1 and secure it. Just way too much damage to handle. Still kind of looking for shoves onto this T2. Don't think I'ma give that up. After that, we do have Thornmill buys though, which is pretty big. I was coming up in 8 seconds. Can possibly look to take this turret from underneath the Jax if possible. Yeah, I end up popping my ultimate. We look for a slight engage just to get this turret and look to take out the Jax with the E. He ends up getting sent right back to base. Aso ends up going for that rotation. Kind of struggled into him. Had no magic resistance. We'll end up going down here. I think I do end up building into Twin Guard for my 4th item. Nope, we end up building right into Titanic. I thought we would have built into Twin Guard just to counter the Aurelian Soul, but it looks like I'm going to be making full use of my lead that I do have. We are sitting 8-3-3.
Mundo fire! Mundo owns what he pleases. Mundo me enforce corporate
Top turret is under attack.
Alright, y'all, so while I was farming, we did see that Vayne looks kind of overextended here, so I will look to be cutting her off. We'll end up just walking her down. We do have my Sunfire plus the Heart Steel. She really has no choice but to head right back to that gray screen. Didn't even need to pop my ultimate as well. Baron is coming up here. They do have no ADC. We could definitely take this from the enemy team. We'll be looking for a slight engage here onto the Nyla. She is the main priority. She ends up dashing over the wall. We end up wrapping around, trying to get a slight engage onto this Aurelian Soul. Aurelian Soul ends up getting CC by Nautilus. We end up looking for the engage. Aso gets popped. Same thing with the Jax. We end up securing the kill on the Nyla. We end up walking down the Lulu. Lulu ends up going down. We do have big buys in shop right now. I end up landing that Q onto the Vayne just to kite out. We'll just set my sights onto the Baron. Once we do secure this objective, this will make taking out these T3s a lot easier. Plus, we do have Titanic buys in shop, so definitely have that to look out for. But sitting 10-3-6, definitely a scary sight. Alright, y'all, so at this point, I'm extremely strong. Fully skilled late game Mundo at this point with 3 damage items. We'll be looking for the engagement onto this Vayne. Was plotting if I should pop my ultimate. Just trying to walk her down. We'll end up popping my ultimate. Looking for that E. Vayne ends up going down. We end up cracking the Lulu. Looking for the engagement onto the Jax. Kind of respecting slightly. My team ends up collapsing. Crazy damage onto the Jax, taking him out. Sitting 12-3-7. We'll be looking to end out the game at this point. But as you can see, just the value that I got off of Sunfire is crazy. And just being able to actually be able to be effective in that early to mid game is insane. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Without further ado, let's see how good we actually perform this game. We end up picking up a S rating, sitting 32 stars GM, play better than 99%. Finishing off the game MVP, 12 kills, 3 deaths, 7 assists. Not bad whatsoever, especially into that Jax matchup, bro. Let's see how much damage. 34,000 damage, 10,000 damage taken. So as I said before, if you guys did enjoy, please consider hitting that like and subscribe. It's Nopings. I have to catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.